Hi everybody, it's Sheila. Welcome back to the Crochet Nurse channel. Today what we're going to talk about is my history with crochet. There is another question series going around, and I was tagged by Melanie from Hook to the Left, and if you've not checked out her channel, definitely do so. She's a fellow lefty just like myself. She actually even crochets left-handed, which I don't, but I am definitely a lefty, and so I go check her out and she checks me out as well. So there's, definitely go check her out. But she tagged me for this crochet, history of crochet, and it's a series of 10 questions that I'll go through and talk about my history with crochet. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions or comments after the fact, put them in the box below and we'll get a conversation going. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe. So let's get going. All right. So number one, how long have you been crocheting? And it also includes knitting. However, I don't knit, so I'm just going to exclude the part where it talks about knitting. Okay. So how long have you been crocheting? So this time I have been crocheting for about 4 years. I started about 20 years ago. I started to crochet about 20 years ago, purchased some supplies, the yarn, hooks, things like that. Started, and then life got busy and I stopped. And then I restarted again about 4 years ago. Okay, then how did you learn? Initially, I learned the old-fashioned way by books. I was not shown by, I know a lot of people have been shown by like their mothers or grandmothers, but neither my mother, grandmother, aunts, uncle, or aunts, any of those uncles, anybody actually crocheted, knitted, or any of those types of hobbies. And it was just an interest of mine, and I actually learned by books, which is how I learned just about everything. So there wasn't really anybody for me to watch. I initially, like I say, did by books, and then this time around when I started back up again 4 years ago, it was books, a combination of books, and then watching a lot of you guys on YouTube. And so that was very helpful. So what made you want to learn? Well, initially, 20 years ago, it was to make, as you guys know, I like to make household items, so that was initially why I started to learn. And then once I had children, I have a set of boy-girl twins. And when I had the twins, my interest was around not only just the household, but also be able to share a craft with my daughter. And so that was another really strong impetus for me to learn years ago, the first time in 20 years ago. And then it turned out she wasn't really interested in that type of a hobby. And she's still not to this day, and she's all grown up, but she wasn't interested, and so that kind of moved me away from it. And then life got busy and I stopped. And then the second time I started, which was like 4 years ago again, that was because I planned on retiring and I wanted a hobby that I would enjoy, that I can do in my retirement, that will keep me busy and also productive. Because as you guys know, I like to do household items and clothing, rugs, those kinds of things that I feel are, for me, that's productive work that I can put around the household. Okay. So that was question 3. Question 4. So what was the first item you ever crocheted? And it was, and I don't have it right here, but I do have it. I was trying to look for it half the day today. It's actually, because I just kept it. It was a long time ago and I kept it. It's a misshapen baby blanket. It was a size 4 weight yarn that I used, white. And the baby blanket was maybe like 25 by 40. It was the size, so it's pretty small, and it was just double crochet, but it's supposed to be a rectangle and it kind of looks like this. It's not pretty at all, but I just cannot bring myself to throw it away because the first thing I crocheted, and I was really proud of myself that I actually finished it, because, it's doing things they're self-taught. It takes a little bit more energy to learn it. So, so I was really proud of myself for actually making it. So what was the last thing I crocheted? So back to the household items. Some of the last things that I have been crocheting recently is I need more dish towels again. So I've been doing dish towels. And this was also to get me into some of my yarn, my cotton that I needed to use up. that's two of the things. And one of the things that I'm still kind of working on right now is this guy. And you'll see this again next week when I get it finished. But this is actually going to be a top. It's quite large. It is almost done. I'll show you when I get it done. But that's what I'm working on now. That's been taking me probably about a week and a half to do that big one. But it's actually coming out quite nice. Okay. Number 6, what is the last stitch or technique that I learned? Okay, so I was in the vein of the dish towels, right? Because I needed some. And so I actually tried the Tunisian stitch. So, and this was just the simple Tunisian stitch that I did. And so I had a hook already because somebody bought it for me, I forget who. And so I went ahead and did, you can see I still got to weave that in there. But I did the stitch. And I kind of liked it. I think my next phase of this is I'd actually like to learn a different, this is just a simple Tunisian stitch. And I have a book already, a small book for Tunisian. It's over here somewhere. Must be on the, oh yeah. Yeah, I have this book. And this is actually the book that I used to do this stitch. And there's several other stitches in here. Some pretty cool stitches that I think I'll pursue going forward. So that may be my next 2 or 3 down the road, not next project, but 2 or 3 down the road. And that's what I'm currently doing. So in that question number, that was my last stitch. Question number 7, we're already up to number 7. What are you currently crocheting? Okay, so that I can't show you. Like I say, I showed you the item that I'm almost done with, and I've already started my next item, but I can't show you because remember, Seta and I are doing a collab, and we're picking one of those 4 items that I showed you last week out of Crochet exclamation point, and so that's what I'm working on now. So I really can't show you that one. But I just showed you something that I just finished and other things, but I can't show you that one. I will show you that one on the 26th when I do the drawing. Okay, so number 8, something that I want to learn in my next adventures for crochet. There is something I want to learn. And believe it or not, it's a weird one, is I want to actually do crochet either shorts or pants. And I have this book here. It's called My Crochet Closet. And in here, there is a pair of shorts. And they're called Savory Shorts. I don't know if I'd use this pattern per se, but this is what gave me the idea that I'd kind of like to do it. So those are kind of cute. And I'll show you a different picture. And there she is wearing them. And then, I'm losing my stuff here. And then finally, here's a much better shot. And those are pretty, huh? They're a little short. I mean, they're shorts. But they are definitely for the 20, 30-ish set, which I'm not, age bracket. So if I made them, I would make them longer. But I like the pattern. It's a lot of shells and it looks like waves and shells. But that's something I'd like to make down the road, is either pants or shorts. And I'd probably start with shorts or night clothes, something that it'd have to be really, really soft cotton, I think. Or something, probably, yeah, really soft cotton, I think I'd want to make that out of. Just so it'd be comfy. So that was question 8. Getting there, guys. Question 9. The worst frogging experience, easy, hands down. Worst frogging experience I ever had was when I was making the shawl last year with Red Heart Unforgettable. Unbelievable. Red Heart Unforgettable is awful to frog, at least from my perspective. Maybe I was going too fast with it, but boy, that gave me a hard time. So yeah, it was just, did I make it through it? Sure. Did I save all the yarn? Sure. You know, because I just kept pulling it out, but it was just awful, just a bad experience for me. I've not bought another skein of Red Heart Unforgettable because of that. And so it's just what it is. Not that I don't like it. It's beautiful yarn, but that sticks in my mind every time I think about doing it. And the prism, you guys know I bought the Mary Maxim prism. It's so similar. And I already shared with you guys the experience I had trying to frog that stuff out too. So yeah. Question number 10. The item that I'm most proud of. Now, it's not the prettiest item. I like it, but it's the item that I'm most proud of, and the reason I'm proud of this item, and I'll show you the item. It's kind of big. This is a blanket that I made for my son. And you can see it's just a standard chevron pattern at the bottom there, right? Not bad. The reason that I'm proud of that thing is because it's huge and it took me forever to finish it. And typically, as you guys know, I don't like huge items. I like quick rewards. Even clothing that I'm making, like that top I'm making over there, it's, you know, it's been taking me a week and a half. That blanket probably took me a month, and that's a way long time for me to crochet something, even though it wasn't a hard stitch pattern. It's just a chevron. The colors came out nice. The blanket size itself, it's right at 75 by 90. I made it extra big for his queen size bed. But yeah, because the fact that I finished it, I was super proud of it. So, all right. Those were my 10 questions. And a little bit about me as far as the history with crochet. And I hope you enjoyed it. And you have questions or comment, put it below, and we will chat next time. Have a fantastic day, y'all. Bye.